Hello, children. Are you ready for some cutting up and kikiing? Are you ready for a gay old time? Well, I hope you are, because now it's time for Hey Qween with your host, Jonny McGovern.
Yeah!
Hey Qween, come on and spill the tea. Hey Qween, it's just a good old-fashioned kiki. Hey Qween, we're cutting up with Jonny. Hey, 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 hey Qween.
Hello, all you legendary children and legendary children upcoming. And welcome to another faggoty-ass episode of Hung Hung with me, your host, Jonny McGovern. Oh, today's show is going to be classy, demure, and graceful, just like America's favorite drag housewife, Miss Kasha Davis! Mrs. Kasha Davis. We're going to learn about the delicious art of homoeconomics. But before I bring her out, I have to introduce my special lady of the house. She's the only person Mr. Clean sends dick pics to. She once had a week-long affair with a brawny man that left him unable to speak for months. And the Jolly Green Giant has told her repeatedly that he's ready to leave his wife and spend the rest of his life with her. It's Miss Lady Red Couture! Yes! Hey, Qween!
Hey, Qween!
Or should I say, hey, Shaka Zulu?
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
I felt some type of Nigerian drag,
Yes.
baby. Yes, giving them a bullet. Oh!
Yes, you're giving me Coming to America realness.
Ain't that what it is?
You're here
honey?
to find your male bride.
Uh-huh, 'cause she's your queen to be.
I like it.
Oh my God, it's some fun. You know, just a little.
Oh, and just enough leg to lead into just a mini pussy emergency.
That's what you're supposed to do. When you take it, you're supposed to give a hint. You can't just give it all.
No, you can't give it
You
all.
know what I mean? You got to give a hint. Like, here, look at it. No, I said, look at it. Look at it.
It's me, Lady Red Couture.
Look at
I'm
it.
so dainty and soft.
But you got to eat it.
What do you think about that horn of the unicorn?
I like it. Yes.
Hey, horny.
So be.
We have another innovator and genius here, of course.
Oh.
It's our house band, Mr. Adam Joseph and the Go to Bed Wigs. Yes. Oh.
Cocktail, cocktail, cocktail.
Oh, yes.
Why not have a cocktail?
Say it, Adam.
Cocktail, cocktail, cocktail.
Tell 'em about
Baby
themselves.
can always have a cocktail.
Yeah. Woo.
Cocktail, cocktail, cocktail.
What is the name of that song? What could it be called?
What could it be called?
Cocktail. And that's the single from our guest today who's coming up. Mrs. Kasha Davis will be here right after this very gay break. Yeah! Hey everyone, Jonny here to let you know about our brand new website, HeyQween.tv. Not only do we have every single episode from every season of Hey Qween, but all of our side shows, Hot Tea, Judge Lady Red, He's Fit, Lady Red's Corner, Drag Cousins, Whoa Dude, and more. And most importantly, we have our brand new t-shirt shop with brand new t-shirts designs, including Every Boner is a Blessing. Hey Qween. Look at her. Hello, children. Yes, Queen. Plus, tank tops for whores for the summertime. And don't forget, wear your Hey Qween shirts with me and Lady Red on them to show your support for everything Hey Qween. Buy them at HeyQween.tv. We're back, and with us now, the international celebrity housewife herself, Miss Kasha Davis! Yeah! Mrs. Kasha Davis! Damn, I keep messing it up! The cocktail! Stop fucking up her name, bitch! It's on all your papers! Mrs. Kasha Davis! Mrs. Kasha Davis, everybody! Hello, darling.
God on a wheel. I wanted
to get here for so long. Watching you on the WWW.
Oh, and the WWW?
Yes.
The World Wide Web?
The World Wide Web. We have dial-up back in Rochester, New York.
Oh, do you?
And it's just so much fun to just look it up and see how fabulous this. You're talking about the set is stunning.
Oh, yes. It's newly installed, just a couple weeks old.
Oh, my gosh. And you were saying Lady Red is going to make gowns out of these? They're going to be fabulous, darling.
Oh, yes, darling.
Oh, my God.
Yes, they will.
now-
well, Lady Red just shushed our producer away as you caught
He
her in
gonna
there for a
stand
second.
right. You know I can't see y'all. If you stand right in the way, they want to take a picture.
That's right. Look who's here. It's Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Ah, you look so beautiful, you old bitch. Beautiful.
Darling, I brought you a special prize. I'm here in LA for a bit, and I
She's
can't.
my favorite. She's my
I brought
favorite.
you donuts.
Whoa! Yes, you know how to get to this bitch's heart, honey.
I thought, you know, you look like you're wasting away, and I got worried about it, and I said, let me bring.
card.
And these are from over there, the LA donuts.
Oh, yes.
Look at
Very
that.
nice.
Fat free. Not really.
No.
I was going to say, so they nasty?
Bring them on over.
Would you like one yourself?
I'm on a diet.
Yes.
So that means you want 2, not 3?
Yes, I'll secret eat. That's the real. I'm gonna wait till I get home and I'm gonna lock the door.
I love a good secret eater.
Lady Red, get your donuts now. Give them the damn donuts.
Don't touch every fucking donut, Walter. Thank you.
Where's your map?
Thank you. Mrs. Kasha Dave, you smell great.
Thank you. It's juicy couture.
Yes.
Wonderful.
For my couture down here.
But of course, and your titties, honey.
Oh, my God.
Are on point.
That's what happens when you eat too many donuts. They just bulge out all over the place. Right?
Dig in, Lady Red.
okay.
Dig in. Oh, no, let's all not forget to say hi to Kid Sister, still sitting over there with Lady Red. Hi, Kid Sister. Lift her up. There she is.
That's my baby, the only one I can afford.
Mr. Davis and I have been trying to have kids like that for years, but they all come out like shit. Did I tell you I like a bad joke?
You love an old showbiz gal, and you've become her, darling.
Oh, my gosh.
You've become a showbiz gal. But you know what? Well, let's get right to the point.
Let's
right
get to
to
it.
something very interesting.
Go ahead.
Your tagline is "There's always time for a cocktail."
Correct.
But, and it's a big but, Lady Red. I know you like big butts.
Right, I love butts.
You yourself are no longer partaking in cocktails.
Well, you know what? They frown upon the cocktails at rehab.
Did you go to rehab?
True story, I did. I'm sober now 7 months.
Wow, all right, applause for that.
You know,
Thank you, Adam. Thank you very
Jesus.
much.
You know, and I have no judgment. I can't throw stones in that glass house of drinking. I mean, I drank it all. I mean,
Right.
I think that you get a limit in your life, and I just approached it very quickly. And you know, it slammed me down. It just really hit me hard. The whole RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7 experience was an amazing experience because it took me down to the floor and made me realize it was time to get it together. But there's still always time for a cocktail.
That's what happens after rehab. You no more cocktail. There's always time for
Cock.
yeah, wonderful. And you know what? That's just as good.
It is just as good and tasty too. That you can put salt on the rim.
Oh, Mrs. Davis, please.
What can I say?
My baby. Don't listen to her, baby.
You know, and the thing of it is, a lot of people are like, "Oh, what are you gonna do now?" You know, all the people who read you and all that shit.
Oh, gosh.
And the way I look at it is well, it's better to have Mrs. Kasha Davis alive than dead. And then at that point, you know, there's always time for a cocktail. I want you to have a good time. I'm going to celebrate your drinking and your stumbling and your peeing in your pants too, just like everybody did mine. So it's all good. I'm very open about it.
Let's talk about a little deeper though for a second. So you went on Drag Race, and we'll get into what led up to all that. But that was an intense experience. Is going to the Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome.
And you're also with all of these young gals, honey, who had been doing it for just a minute and looked gorgeous, and we're traipsing through it all, and and then suddenly the scrutiny of everyone in the world, all the gays of the world, right on you, and then you got out, and was it like, I need a motherfucking cocktail every night to handle it?
You know what it is? I worked for 18 years at a call center. I was a director of a call center.
Dial America.
Dial America. And I did theater on the side. I did drag on the side. And I always auditioned by saying, you know, it's my extra thing, my dream that I've always wanted to do.
Right.
But it wasn't what I was doing 100%. So then, cut to season 7 audition tape, and I said, I'll leave my career for this. I am, you know, you have one life, I'm gonna live it, I'm gonna do it. Well, I did. And it scared the shit out of me.
Wow,
Because I got on the show and I was like, oh, this is fantastic. Oh, what, great. I got home, and then the bookings started coming in, and I started going on the road, and it was cocktail.
Right.
And, you know, at the hotel, and then back and then home, and then I'm home all day.
Yeah.
And I'm for 18 years, I'm a 9 to 11 to 7 person. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm home. And so I'm preparing for a gig, and then, I cleaned the house. I'm a good housewife. I did the lawn. It's time for a cocktail. There's time for another There's time to pass out in the rug. You know,
Right.
and it just became dangerous.
Yeah, and especially when everybody's giving you free drinks everywhere
Correct.
you go, and your
you know,
damn tagline is "There's always time for a cocktail."
And you know, what I like about this story is that I had the guts to go and get my dream, but it's not easy. And at my age, you know, I started to second guess myself. And, you know, your insecurities fall into that, you know, little bit of Kettle One and tonic, and you don't need much tonic, just mostly Kettle One. And then there it was. And so it just got dangerous, and my husband, you know, my dreams are my husband and my kids.
Right.
And that's the most important thing. So, and now I'm clearer. I remember the whole tagline.
Right. 'Cause how did it go? How did it go sometimes?
There was some, you know, and I'm famous for having a couple bottles of wine and just falling asleep, and that's not good at the gig.
Right, no.
You know, it's not, you know. And, you know, honestly, I had the opportunity to do my one-woman show, There's Always Time for a Cocktail, and I'm addressing it and talking about it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a part of my life, and I believe that as an entertainer, what I'm going to do is expose it all. So, you know, it was challenging at 44 years old to be, you know, faced with, oh, you're going to leave this really stable, fun career that I enjoyed to chase what you thought you wanted as a kid, and then have the world be like, you're old, you're boring.
Wow.
And
yeah.
you get that shit back, and you're like, now what?
Yeah.
You know, that
Yeah.
local gig for that little $80 doesn't look so good right now.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, but I have a wonderful husband who supported me through it, and here I am today.
And how was the rehab experience? How long was it? And
Well, there's, you know, still a little bit of processes going on there. And it was really an absolutely wonderful experience to really try to take some time to really stop and just find myself. What do I want with my life?
Right.
What do I want with the focus of my husband? What do I want to project as Kasha Davis? And honestly, why am I abusing it so much? You know, and I found out that you know, there's all kinds of schools of thought, whether it's, you know, is you're just irresponsible, or is it you know, a disease where there's addiction? I can tell you, now that it's no longer something that I had to have,
yeah.
that addiction was fire. I didn't know what I was doing. There were times where I'd be like, okay, well, I'm just driving to the grocery store. I'm going into the liquor store. Why am I in the liquor store now? You know, it just kind of, and you know, I'm sure that people who have other substances can relate. It just got to the point where it was everything.
Right.
And I started to think to myself, like, in the middle of the night, crying myself to sleep, saying, why do I want it? It's 5 o'clock in the morning, like I should be getting up, and all I can think about is why do I want to drink? I don't want to feel like this.
Right.
And it got to the point where I was like begging, like just praying, saying, please, something happen. Nobody get hurt, but something happen so that I can address this, because I don't understand why I have to get downstairs. Oh, I'm just gonna go and, you know, vacuum.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, and I would find myself sneaking it, and I don't have that kind of relationship with my husband. And so at that point I thought, this isn't healthy, and this isn't where I want. And I am not old. I like to play older.
Honey, you are fresh,
you know,
and youthful.
You know, and that's just it. And so you just you take responsibility for it. You address it, and I think that I believe in just being out there. Listen, I feel like coming out as an alcoholic. I feel like I'm coming out of the closet like I did when I was gay.
Right.
First, when I was admitting I was gay. I mean, I grew up and got married to a woman, for God's sake.
I know.
We had to get a divorce because she was a size 12. I'm a more 16, 18. But that's a whole And, you know, I thought to myself, there was the same feeling. It was such a fucking relief to be like, Well, I mean, everybody knew I put all these drunk videos out there, which, frankly, I wasn't always boozed up at some time.
Right.
And I thought to myself, like, okay, that's fine, but now it's like, it's freeing. And, you know, at first there are people when I go out, they're like, so what's she gonna be like? You know, and I honestly, I think I'm fine. I can be just as funny, and I can certainly, I want you to have a good time. And there's not, just because you get drunk doesn't mean you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the stuff that people are like, oh, she's judging me. No, have a good time. I had a good time for 24 hours a day.
Exactly.
So, and here we are.
Well, good job, Kasha.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kasha Davis. You did. I mean, and I think that there is a real place for the drag race queens who are sober to be out about it, because for all the kids that are looking up to that who may be struggling with issues or have families who are struggling with issues, it's a great thing to look up to.
And you know what, I will say this, what we learn is that there are so many people that have an issue with it and hide it and think that, oh, well, maybe it's not that bad. And there are varying levels of it. And people, you know, get themselves into trouble, whether it's car accidents or health issues, and they just don't realize. I didn't realize I was that, like, powered by the fact that I had to have it. And so, you know, if you can be an example for people to say, okay, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know, and you could have a club. There's always time for a club soda.
There's always time for a mocktail.
That's right. Oh, God, I got to come up with a new tagline.
So now you mentioned this, and let's get into that too, because I found this out and I was like, wow. Woo. You were married, Lady Red, catch it, to a lady.
To a lady.
A real lady with a vagina.
Correct. And it looked just like that donut. That's the only way it would go down is if there were sprinkles on it.
That's how she tricked you. She'd be like, I've got the sprinkles out.
I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Old coal mining town. You know it from The Office, Scranton.
Right.
And it was the 70s and 80s, and there was no such thing as gay. The only gay places were in Sears, where you tap your foot. And you're just meeting a fella there, you know, just because, you know, you needed to borrow some toilet paper.
Yeah, tap and tap, tap.
That was it. And I was in a ballet company, and my ex-wife and I grew up in high school and everything, and I had to be married. That's what you did. And all, the gayest people in town were not gay, they were just flamboyant. And so we did get married. And you know,
she was your high school sweetheart?
High school sweetheart.
Wow.
I absolutely love her. We're best friends, and you know, there was a separation for us that was obviously for the best for both
For the
of
best
us.
for everyone,
But,
yeah.
I mean, we had an amazing time. I mean, we really had a great time. And it got crazy at the end, but it was like, we were 21 years old when we got married. I mean, what the hell were we thinking there?
I don't know. Adam does not know. Look at his face.
Yeah.
Look at the go-to-bed wigs faces. They're all shocked.
They're just shocked.
Shocked.
Tracy Mattel in the back. What is she playing? She's playing the banjo.
Now, how long?
She's an artist.
She's an artist. How long were you married for?
We were married from, we were together from 88 to 98.
Wow.
And then
that's a long
That was
time.
a long time. And there was some drama there, but like, you know, any relationship. And then it was time for me to move on, and I moved to Rochester, New York, where I met, you know, really the love of my life, but also the opportunity opened up for everything. Coming out of the closet and, you know, performing. Never thought I would do drag, of all things.
Especially because you were a married man.
I was a married man. I mean, every once in a while when I would get dressed and staying at my mom's house, she'd see me walk out in a little fancy outfit, and she's like, I see you have your gay gear on. My mother is she's the funniest, so I got a lot of that characterization from her. But yeah, so I was like, bam, like the rainbow flags everywhere in Rochester, New York, and Pandora Box and Darien Lake.
Right. Now, how old were you when you came out? And were you, this is a two-part question, were you out to yourself while you were married? Like, were you, I'm gay, but I'm going to be in this? Or were you like, I'm not gay, I just like to masturbate men underneath a stall, and it's just an outlet?
I fought it since I was a kid. The first thing I remember is anything that would be a sexual thought was men. And I was like, why am I, this isn't right. And so I hid it. And my father, U.S. Marshal, and, you know, he tried to beat the gay out of me. Ooh. I mean, we had a very difficult relationship. And I addressed a lot of that in my one-woman show. But the reality is that we came to terms and in the end, and it took me admitting to myself what I was and not trying to give him what he wanted. that doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. And so, yeah, I always knew I was gay. I came out to my ex-wife, and she was like, "Well, you're just very European." And I was
Yeah,
like, "Shit!" You know, because there was no such thing as gay, and she did love me, and we loved each, and so.
Yeah, I
you know,
mean, at that time, like the only gay person on TV was Blanche's brother in that very special episode of The Golden Girls.
My first crush was the gay guy on Dynasty. I'd lie under the coffee table, and my mother would be like, "Isn't Alexis?" Well, of course, Alexis was my first crush.
Of course.
But then I'm just lying there, and I'm just looking at him, I'm like, that's a gay person on TV. There's one gay person in the world.
Yeah. Steven from Dynasty was Adam. Steven or Adam?
I think it was Steven.
Steven.
Right?
Yeah, I've been recently watching Dynasty because they're playing it again, and I've been getting in.
I know.
Been getting in.
And you kids that don't know it, look it up. Google it.
Children, if you want some real drama, hairdos, shoulder pads, furs falling off of a 45-year-old Joan Collins' shoulders as she drives a Rolls Royce. So good.
And then fights in a fountain.
Fights in a fountain, cat fights. I mean, it's on Pop TV. Check it out. So how old were you when you came out?
I came out at the age of 28.
28. So not that late in life.
No, it felt later. I mean, because I had been married for so long.
Yeah.
And I came out, and my parents just were devastated. I didn't speak to my parents for years.
Really?
Yeah, and I actually have 2 sisters that are out. But that was okay. I was the firstborn son who had to carry on the family name. And this is an old Italian, Ukrainian family.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And, you know, it crushed me because my biggest idol in my life was my mother.
Yeah.
And she was, and she was stubborn, and she was like, we're not going to deal with this. And she knew. I mean, she always knew. And so I lived and created, as many of us do in the gay world, I created my own family. And it was the most wonderful experience. My best friend, Sam, and my friend, Alicia, we all had our struggles in life, which we thought we were the only ones. But, you know, and we created this family, and we had our own Christmas. You know, her family would have Chinese on Christmas, and I was like, well, can we at least set the table? I mean, it's Chinese, cosmopolitan of you. So, you know, and it was just fantastic. We did that, and we created those memories, and that's where I felt like a kid again. And so I started again at 28 years old, and, you know, and honestly, booze did become my best friend. As I walked into a club, I was like, I don't even know how to be in here. Like, I didn't accept myself. I couldn't, you know, my family hated me. And all I wanted were kids and a family of my own, you know, and I thought, and it was no example of that. And I thought, well, you know, and all of this leads up to Mrs. Kasha Davis, you know, kind of celebrating that kind of opportunity for somebody out there who thinks, that's what I want. And to be that example, because you just said we didn't have it.
Yeah. So you got to Rochester, and you met Naomi Cayne.
Oh, Naomi!
Your drag mother.
My drag mother. So Mother's nightclub, where at Pandora Box.
Right. That was your first spot.
Yes, we would go to Mother's, and we would I talk about giving. I had women's fur vests and eyeliner. I was like 250 pounds, and I just thought I was fantastic, tipping $5 bills to Darien Lake, talking about how much we both loved ice cream, you know, and pissing my pants, laughing. And you know, just having that place was just fabulous. And Naomi Cayne is you know, hey baby, she owns the bar. And you know, all of a sudden one time, like, you know, at that point I was with my husband, and I thought, I wonder if I could do drag. These gals are, you know, I'm working in this call center. I'm working all day long. I have a theater background. I went to school for theater. Maybe I could create a character and do this. Well, so I said, can I do it? And he's like, okay, baby, next Sunday you're on. I was like, I don't have anything. I don't even know. I don't even have panties. So I went out and I did. My first songs were Lime Jello, Marshmallow, Cottage Cheese Surprise, and I enjoy being a girl. I'm strictly a female. So I knew that. I had all the choreography and I had the Mother of the Bride gown to go with it.
Okay.
And it was Pandora, Darien, myself, Aggie Doon, and Ambrosia Salad. And after that, that was the cast. And I was like, so honored to just get right into that group. And I loved that about what's great about it was every kind of character. There was the club kid, there's the impersonator, you know, there's Cher impersonator Aggie, and then Darien was the bawdy, gorgeous, you know, gal, and Pandora's doing all her humor, and then I came in as like, you know, retro kind of gal. And it was just a hoot. And Naomi Cayne, oh my God, she's since passed, and she was freaking hysterical. She's that, queen where she'd come over to you and she'd be like, come on, baby, I want to see something on your lashes. There's something right there. Ah! And she'd pull your lashes up. And another time she said to me, you're going to do Tina Turner? You're going to do white Tina Turner? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, baby. And she taped my head with duct tape all the way around. I'm like, what is she fucking doing? I had hair then. And she's like, pinning the thing. And then she's like, okay, quick change. Come here, baby. Come here. Rips the duct tape off and she's go on stage. And I'm like, ah, my head's on fire.
Wow.
And she's just back there like, I mean, she just, an angel. Just absolutely.
Sounds like an angel.
just-
Ripping duct tape off your hair.
We love her. I mean, she was like, you do not go on stage without your nails. She taught us that you get your ass out of the dressing room, you get out there and you talk to the people. They're here to see you. You win a pageant and you come back. You come with a little bit of an attitude. And she's like, that's it, baby. You just got a bag of chips. That's all. Get back on stage. Give it to the people. And we loved her so much.
And she's also Pandora's drag mother and Darien Lake's drag mother.
I mean, and the thing of it is, I'm putting my makeup on this morning, every time. And I can hear her like, okay, baby, remember, you're a drag queen, you're not a lady. Yes. Put it on, baby, put it on. And I'm like, wah. And then all of a sudden I look in the mirror, I'm like, what the hell did I do? And she's like, ha, ha, ha.
I love it. So you did Cocktail, your song that Adam sang earlier.
Yes.
And you also have new Seasoned Queen.
Seasoned queen.
She's a seasoned queen.
With Adam Barta. I felt like I was getting read about being, she's a seasoned queen, which just means you're older.
Right.
And I thought, address it. What do they call it? Talk about the elephant in the room or the camel and the toe? I don't know.
The camel and the toe.
Yeah,
That's correct.
Just talk about it. And I was like, there it is. So fine, I'll address it. But the old thing, oh my gosh, I've got to tell you, the other night I was with Morgan hosting a show, Morgan McMichaels, and she hosts the show, and at the end she's bringing us out, and she's like, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Mrs. Kasha Davis. She took us brick at Stonewall. And she's going on about how I was at Stonewall. These are the ladies who are the foundation of brand. And she's going on, I'm standing there, I'm like, okay, am I 70 years old and I didn't, what happened?
Right.
Where did that go? Where did this time, and I felt, they gave me a standing ovation because I'm old.
Yes!
I was like, thank you. And I took my walker and left. And, and I was like, what is that? But, that's fine. I mean, you embrace it. Listen, Tina Turner, 76, she's a drag queen. Cher, I don't know, she's never gone anywhere. She's a drag queen. You can dress old, but young? Is there any class there? Can you put that on? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you certainly do it right, Mrs.
Well, I
Kasha
do my
Davis.
best.
And you've done it so well on this show that, darling, you snatched a trophy on it! Yes!
Look at that.
Look at it. You're a winner of some kind of sport. Yes, you did. And don't worry, you've also won yourself something else. I hope your husband won't mind.
Well, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks.
Well, this will help ease the pain because you've also won yourself a lap dance! Yeah! Hit that music! Oh my God! Work it out now. Is it 2 or 13? He's of age. He's of age. He likes it. He's giving you this is his first time doing a lap dance. So
this is your first lap dance?
It is.
Want to see you, baby.
Come on, now give it to her good. Give it to her good. Spank it, work it, turn it, do it, and it, do it. There's always time for a cocktail. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Lady Red, give us some black lady screaming.
Yes. Hey Queen! Hey Queen! Hey Queen!
You're doing fantastic.
Yes, yes. Don't stop, motherfucker. Damn, Nathan.
Twirl.
Jazz hands. All right, get the fuck out of here. Thank you, Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Thank you, darling.
We will be continuing. Click on through because Mrs. Kasha Davis will play Look at Her in the after show. Bye. Yay!